Welcome back. I wanted to do a quick video to share with you what I'm going to be working on this week and just talk about a couple things. So, like I mentioned in my last Dev Life video, I'll be doing a series of this at least once or twice a week. I'll be doing these videos, just sharing some topics off my dome and giving you guys a peek of what it is to be an indie developer and the struggles that we go through and all of the challenges and plans and project related items that take place when you're doing your own indie game, right? So I'm making my own game, right? And it takes some pretty big balls to be able to say to your friends, to your family, to your spouse, that you're going to actually commit to making a game. And people think that when you make a game, a lot of people assume that you're just going to be playing games. And that couldn't be any further from the truth, because building a game and being the sole main owner, founder, developer, designer, artist, project manager, marketing person, advertising, PR, troubleshooting, support. I mean, you're everything. You're your entire business in one person, if you're one person like me. I've gone out and I've hired a few contractors so that I have more than just one person. But in the end, it's really you by yourself trying to create this company, this business, right? Because it's really a business in the end. And I'm planning on establishing an actual business, right? Like an LLC, or I'll just be a sole proprietor. But when it comes to the contracts and everything, I really want to make sure that the game is protected and the business is protected and everything's being done legit. Not only for that, for the liability purposes, but also for the tax purposes, right? For write-offs, deductibles, expenses, income, all sorts of things that are related to your taxes. It's probably best to go through and incorporate yourself. So anyway, so there's a lot to do. I mean, that's the gist of what I guess I'm explaining. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about business names and company names and even the name of the game. I don't have a name for the game yet. And that's frustrating because I can't properly market the game or advertise the game if I don't have a name. It's like, what game are you even playing? What game are you building? I don't have a name. Up to now, it's been codename Football Stars, but I don't plan on keeping that name. So if any of you guys out there who watch, you there that are watching, if you have any ideas for a name for the game, that would be awesome. If you could leave a comment or shoot me a DM on Twitter, I would appreciate that. Also for the company, if you have any ideas, one thing that's hard with the company, and same thing with the name of the game too, is that you need to make sure that your name is unique, right? You don't want to have a name where you go to Twitter and somebody already has your account. You want to have a name that hasn't been touched by anybody. So that's very rare to find. And so you end up with a name like, Raccoon Face Studios, because there's probably nobody out there that has that name. So build the business side of it. So that's one side, right? The other side is the game. Let's get down to business, right? The game. How is this game going to get created? Which, by the way, is the first ultimate thing, is like, yes, you need to make the game interesting and fun to play and unique and immersive and gravitate people towards it and all these things to make the game successful, right? Beyond the business side of it. But even if you didn't have any of that, just to be able to complete a game. And I can tell you, I don't know what the rate is, the percentage rate, but I can tell you that I would say a high percentage of games that get started never finish. I would probably say in the range of 80 to 90% of games. Somewhere around that range, I would have to guess. And I could be way off, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I haven't done any research on it. But I can almost guarantee that a high percentage of games don't ever get finished. And there are a lot of reasons for it. You know, one could be funding. Two could be, you know, resources. Three could be people change careers, or they get frustrated, or they get burnt out, or something happens in their life and something changes, or the game just becomes more difficult than they thought and the scope began to increase so greatly, or the initial vision was so large, which mine may or may not fit that, because I feel like mine's larger than what it probably should be for my first game. But I'm also stubborn, and I feel like I didn't go AAA, 3D, you know, Madden-esque APF type simulation game. I didn't do that for a lot of reasons. And so I'm not that far off. But for my first game, it's still a pretty significant amount of work that needs to go into it. And, you know, so for those of you guys out there that, that are in the gaming industry, you know that any game takes a significant amount of time. Even so, you know, I could have gone even smaller, right? I could go with a smaller scale game, make a mobile game or a quick game that may take 3 to 6 months. So there's that piece, right? There's the goal and the project that you have committed to. It could be too large for your skill set, for your timeline, for your resources, for your attention level, for you to be able to figure everything out, right? So there's that piece. So the short of it is that a lot of games don't get finished. And I am planning on finishing this game. Come hell or high water, I'm planning on finishing this game. So that's step number one. If you can finish the game, you are already, you know, that much further ahead of the competitors and the crowd, right? So, but even when you finish the game, there's still the challenge of making the game fun, making the game want to bring the user back, making the game long enough and enjoyable enough where it keeps your attention and where it can sell and where you can produce some sort of buzz for your game, and people will be attracted to your game. Now I'm making a football game, right? So that means that it's not unique. It's football. Okay. There's not much in terms of the rules and all that stuff that needs to really be figured out. The game is football. It's been played for a century or God knows how long. And the game is very much, you know, concrete, like the rules and the atmosphere and the schedule and everything about football is very much standardized, right? So I have that as my design document, like the core elements of football on the field gameplay are there. So great. But then what's going to separate my game from another game? And also what is going to attract people to my game? You know, so all of those things have to be taken into account and need to be part of this planning process, right? And the design of the game. So, but that's as we go. That happens during the process. And, you know, what I'm doing right now is trying to just build a game. You know, and then as we continue to grow, add more and more layers to it to make it that unique experience that we're looking for. You follow me? You follow me? So yeah, so this, like I said, this video right here and these videos are meant to just share what's on my mind, share what I'm going through. And this week I'm working on the gameplay. Gameplay is a very touchy subject, right? Touchy word, because gameplay is the entire game, right? So I don't want to overstate myself here. When I say gameplay, I mean going from the basic foundation concepts, having players run around, having some steering components, having the ball be worked on, having formations, some player moves, running, different phases in the game. I'm now trying to walk through the process of the coin toss. Then you go to a screen where you pick the kick off, right? The kick return. Then the one team kicks the ball. The other team grabs the ball. I don't have all the animations. I don't have everything in place, but I want to start building those phases out so that the game starts to look and feel like a football game. Then, you catch the ball and you run with the ball, and then the team chases you. And once you get tackled, then it goes into the play formation. So I'm trying to take all of the pieces and parts that have been built so far, which we have a lot. I feel like we have a lot of the core foundation, and start to take that skeleton and build it, to have that framework. And then once we have that framework, we start chipping away and polishing, and making it nicer, making it more unique, making it more dynamic, making the gameplay become more strategic, building on layer after layer after layer. But to start, you need a foundation that's solid. And this is where we are. So up to now, there's been a lot of work done from the developer that I hired and the artists and myself, but it hasn't been that much fun because you're building things that you can't even really play yet. And it's a lot of the formatting and the structure and the architecture and the design and the parts and pieces. And it's like having a Lego or a puzzle with all of your pieces scattered everywhere, and you can't even begin to get the appreciation for part of the puzzle being built, But now I'm starting to get that feeling because the game's actually turning into a real game. So this week I plan on doing more gameplay. The football physics are still being worked out, still being integrated by the developer, Kyle. So, we'll see when he can, finish that up. There's a lot to do there. And it may be this week, maybe next week, but it's fine because right now I have the old system in place and that one works. It's just a matter of it being perfected. So that shouldn't stop me. Animations are still being made. So yeah, so all of this stuff, right? All this great stuff that goes into making a game. And this is my first time doing this full time and also on a legitimate scale, So I'm really excited about this, and I know you guys who watch me, I have long videos, and so I appreciate you guys keeping your attention. For those of you who watched this far, and if you have watched this far, thumbs up to you. Thumbs up to you. Thank you for all the support. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and some may say, oh, well, that's nothing. That's not a lot. But you know what? I think it's a lot, and it shows the support that people out there have for my channel, have for me. I'm also thinking about, once I find my company name, creating a brand new YouTube channel, also having this channel you see here, so it's never going to go anywhere. This will always be my channel, and I'll probably post all the business, all the game stuff on my main channel and also this channel too, but I want that other channel to be strictly for the game and for the business, right? So look out for that in the near future. I'll be sharing more information on that. And one thing I just wanted to bring up that just came to mind is, just one second. Throat's dry. Is the company, or the people that are, I guess they're a company, the Immaculate Vision or Gaming, whatever, those two guys, for those of you guys who follow the community and the football games that are out there, these two guys, I'm pretty impressed with what they've been able to do from a marketing standpoint. They don't have any developers yet. they've even had a Kickstarter that has, it wasn't successful because they were asking for, I think it was like $1 million. And they never really were able to get to the $1 million mark, but they still got like, I think $85,000. And it's pretty commendable what they've been able to accomplish without any gameplay. Now, they have really, really nice design concepts and character art that they've shown, but that's no different than Cal Anderson and the other guys, you know? So I think that there's something to be said and to learn from what those guys are doing. For any of you out there who watch my channel and who are watching this video, if you have any thoughts or comments on what you think that they're doing that makes them stand out and makes them more successful, I'd love to hear it. You know, my thoughts are they definitely represent themselves very professionally. They have reached out to pro athletes. They've also reached out to anyone and everyone who's willing to listen, who may or may not be able to support them either financially or through social media and reputation. You know, reputationally, if that's even a word. But, you know, they're impressive from the standpoint of creating that buzz, you know, and yes, they're focusing on the college football market, which EA basically, you know, dropped, and there's no football game, so there's a huge void for fans of college football. So they have that on their side. But even so, they've done a very good job with everything that they've put out. I was looking at their website and their accounts, and they're pretty strong. I mean, their YouTube isn't that great, but their Twitter account is solid, and the funding that they're getting, I think, says a lot. My game may end up going to some sort of crowdfunding if I think there's a need for it. It would take that extra bump. It would make the game that much better and finish that much faster. So that may happen down the road, depending on how many people are following and what kind of buzz can be created. But I'm all for ideas. I have ideas. I plan on doing certain things, but I'm also, you know, very new to this stuff. And I have a business background and a computer background, but at the same time, I've never really had my own business. Always have wanted to be an entrepreneur, and, you know, so let me know what you guys think. You know, share your comments on the board below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on why you think they're so successful and what you think about this game. I know it's early on, and there will be gameplay very soon. It may not be perfect, but you're going to start seeing the game look like a football game, look like a game, period. But there's a lot to do. There's no hurry. There's no, you know, written in stone deadline. So just, I'm keeping you guys up to date, sharing my experience, sharing my game. And when the game becomes ready to play and becomes enjoyable and a game that I would personally play, that's when you're going to see it. And I'm probably going to be needing some testers and people out there to give second opinions on the game. And yeah, so this video has gone on way too long. If you guys watch this long, please accept my thanks, because you guys are brave for sticking with me this long and have patience. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know if you like it, if you don't. And there'll be more this week. So keep an eye on my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.